Okay, brachial plexus nerves, axillary, ventral rami, C5, C6, posterior cord, cutaneous structure serves the joint capsule of shoulder, motor structure serves the deltoid and teres major. Good. Brachial plexus nerves is the radial. Ventral rami is C5 to C8, as well as T1. Cord is posterior. Cutaneous structure serve posterolateral surface of entire limb, posterior lateral surface of entire limb, and the motor structures served are all limb extensors, including the triceps.
Okay.
The brachial plexus nerve is the musculocutaneous, and the ventral rami is C5 to C7. It's a lateral cord, and the cutaneous structures served are anterolateral foramen. The motor structures it serves are biceps brachii and brachialis.
Where'd it go? Hold on one
The
sec.
small one.
This one?
Yeah.
Whatever's biceps brachii and brachialis. The next brachial plexus nerve is median. Ventral rami are C5 to T1. The cord is lateral at C5 to C7 and medial at C8 to T1. You got
Go
those?
slow. Go
Oh,
slow.
okay. So lateral C5 to C7 and medial C8 to T1.
Okay. And which one was this?
We're on the median right now, and the cutaneous structure served is the lateral 2/3 of the ventral hand,
Okay.
and the motor structures it serves are all forearm flexors except flexor carpial ulnaris.
Okay.
The next brachial plexus nerve is the ulnar. Ventral rami is C8 to T1. It's a medial cord, and the cutaneous structures served are medial hand, dorsal and ventral. And the motor structures served are flexor carpial ulnaris and most intrinsic hand muscles. So these are the brachial plexus nerves. We're starting with the dorsal scapular. It doesn't have any cutaneous structure served. The motor structure served is the rhomboids and levator scapulae. And the next brachial plexus nerve is the long thoracic. And the motor structures served are serratus anterior. The next one is subscapular. Teres major and subscapularis are the motor structures served. The next brachial plexus is thoracodorsal, whatever. Motor structure served the latissimus dorsi. Next brachial plexus is suprascapular. It has a cutaneous structure that's served, that's the shoulder joint. And the motor structures served are supraspinatus and infraspinatus. The next brachial plexus nerve is pectoral, and the motor structures served are pectoralis major and minor. Cervical plexus, lesser occipital, ventral rami, C2 and C3. Cutaneous structure served, skin on posterior lateral aspect of neck. Cervical plexus greater auricular, ventral rami, C2, C3. Cutaneous structure served,
Slow down.
skin of ear, skin over parotid gland. Cervical plexus, transverse cervical, ventral rami, C2, C3. Cutaneous structure served, skin on anterior and lateral aspect of neck. Cervical plexus, supraclavicular, ventral rami, C3 and C4. Cutaneous structure served, skin on shoulder and clavicular region. Cervical plexus, ansa cervicalis, ventral rami, C1 to C3. Motor structure served, infrahyoid muscles of neck. Cervical plexus, segmental branches, ventral rami, C1 to C5. Motor structure served, deep neck muscles. Cervical plexus phrenic, ventral rami, C3 through C5. Motor structure served, diaphragm. Okay. Lumbar plexus, iliohypogastric, ventral rami, L1. Cutaneous structure served, skin of lower abdomen and hip. Motor structure served, internal oblique and transverse abdominis. Lumbar plexus, ilioinguinal, ventral rami, L1. Cutaneous structure served, skin of external genitalia and inguinal region. Lumbar plexus, genitofemoral, ventral rami, L1 and L2. Genitofemoral.
Okay.
Ventral rami, L1 and L2. Cutaneous structure served, skin of external genitalia and inguinal region. Motor structure served, internal oblique and transverse abdominis. Lumbar plexus, lateral femoral cutaneous. Ventral rami, L1 through L3. Skin of lateral thigh is the cutaneous structure served.
Where's your ring?
Lumbar plexus obturator. Ventral rami L2 through L4. Cutaneous structure served skin of superomedial thigh and motor structure served abductors of thigh. Lumbar plexus femoral. Ventral rami L2 through L4. Cutaneous structure served skin of anterior thigh and medial leg. Motor structure served quadriceps and sartorius.
And the only one that we do not have a picture of is the genital femoral.
Okay, is this sacral plexus?
Yeah.
Sciatic sacral plexus, ventral rami L4 through S3. Cutaneous structure serves tibial and common fibular nerves. Sacral plexus tibial, ventral rami L4 through S3. Cutaneous structure served skin of posterior leg and sole of foot. Motor structure served hamstrings and posterior leg muscles. Sacral plexus common fibular. Ventral rami L4 through S2. Cutaneous structure served skin of anterolateral aspect of leg. Motor structure served tibialis anterior, perineal, and extensor muscles of toes. Sacral plexus superior gluteal. Ventral rami L4 through S1. Motor structure served gluteus medius and minimus and tensor fascia latae. Sacral plexus inferior gluteal. Ventral rami L5 through S2. Motor structure served gluteus maximus. Sacral plexus posterior femoral cutaneous. Ventral rami S1 through S3. Cutaneous structure served skin of buttock, posterior thigh, and popliteal region. Pudental sacral plexus, ventral rami S2 to S4. Cutaneous structure served skin of perineum. Motor structure served voluntary urinal sphincter, external anal sphincter, and muscles of perineum. Okay, cross section of the cord. Dorsal root and rootlets with dorsal root ganglia. Ventral root and rootlets. Spinal nerve, ventral and dorsal rami. Epidural space. Subdural space. Spinal meninges, dura mater, arachnoid mater, and pia mater, and subarachnoid space. Longitudinal view of the cord, cervical and lumbar enlargements. Why are these enlargements here? Anterior median fissure, posterior median sulcus.
Hold on.
So anterior median fissure, posterior median sulcus.
Okay.
Posterior, anterior.
Conus medullaris,
How many cervical nerves do you have?
cona equina. What is this composed of? And lumbar cistern.
Space. Okay, so we're talking about gray matter. We're talking about dorsal, ventral, and lateral horns. So we have dorsal horns right here.
Mm-hmm.
We have ventral horns and lateral horns.
Mm-hmm.
The gray commissure is right here. And the central canal is in the middle. The ventral median fissure, dorsal median sulcus, the white columns, funiculi also, so dorsal, lateral,
We don't need to know that muscle.
and ventral funiculi.
Oh, we down?
Oh, no, we do.
So when we talk about the funiculi gracilis and cutaneous, those gracilis,
That comes off the lateral.
cutaneous, and we have to know the functions. The dorsal and ventral spinal cerebellar. Here's the dorsal spinal cerebellar
Median
and
axillary,
the ventral.
median axillary,
Well, right here.
comes off the posterior.
And the lateral and ventral spinal thalamic. I don't know. Well, we just know lateral and ventral are here, so
So lateral and ventral.
lateral and ventral spinal thalamic.
Cervical.
Okay.
Vertebrae.
Mhm.
Atlas.
Okay.
Axis.
They go
How
together.
do I know it's a cervical?
Tell us, Sam.
It has a bifid.
Excellent.
Okay.
Spinous process.
Spinous process.
Dens.
Laterals on top, posterior in the middle.
The
Lateral,
dens.
Posterior in the middle, because the posterior is big.
Transverse foramen.
It has three trunks.
And that's it. There's 5 of them. Body. Transverse
Go slow,
process.
go slow.
Alex, you gotta get angry at this, bro.
Spinous process.
It's go time.
Lamina. Pedicle. Vertebral foramina.
Middle. SMI.
Intervertebral foramina.
Marmon. You might be moderating.
No.
It don't make any sense.
No, that's vertebral foramen. Intervertebral foramen is here. Let me switch it up. Inferior articular process and superior articular process. Yeah. So this is sacrum,
Mhm.
Oh,
ventral
looking for,
sacral foramina,
yeah,
Mhm.
dorsal sacral
Lateral
foramina,
is gonna hit your M's.
yeah,
medial sacral crest,
Posterior hits the M too.
no,
sacral canal.
medial is the end. Lateral and medial are the only ones. that-
Body and the superior articular
Posterior is gonna hit
process.
your axillary.
Okay, vertebral ligaments, supraspinatus, interspinatus, and ligamentum flavum.
Okay.
Going, ribs,
Oh, ribs. True ribs,
panning over.
Okay.
True ribs.
32 ribs.
1 through 7.
Okay.
false ribs,
False ribs. Oh wait, false ribs are these.
Which ones?
1 through 7.
Yeah, same thing here. This is
7,
basically C5 to
8,
T1.
9, 10.
Uh-huh.
Radial is
8, 9,
C5
10.
to T1.
I know, this one, stop
Floating
What else
ribs,
is C5 to T1?
All the rest.
floating.
So the
tubercle, and head of the
only
ribs.
two are axillary and musculocutaneous,
Tubercle.
right?
Head
Axillary
Where's the head
is
connect
C5
on
to
here?
C6.
in the back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, never mind, ulnar's.
Okay.